before 7 o'clock, and as you can see, I was blessed with this turkey. We were watching him last night. He was actually taking the blankets off my clothesline from the camping again, and I've heard him going off. About every 30 seconds, check the trail cameras. He's in here strutting.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Deer Shop Podcast, presented by Siman Brothers Outdoors and the Leaky John Boat Company.
Yeah. He went and watched a movie that has a $200 million production budget, and then the next thing he watched was our video on YouTube that has a $0 production budget.
This is the first buck I've shot in over 10 years.
Your track job was the first fun track job. That kind of like, I think part of my life was influenced by that night.
Then you miss him 3 times with a rifle at 70 yards on video and the whole world to see.
That's what Caleb did. 5 years ago, we couldn't shoot a deer at 100 yards with a slug gun. Now you're shooting turkeys at 100 yards with a shotgun.
Joey takes
the shop is closing up.
Make sure he takes all his right antlers. You can't leave anything.
Deer Shop Podcast. Whoa, voice crack. Voice crack. Deer Shop Podcast, episode 138. Turkey killers discussing turkey hunting culture. Online turkey hunting culture. Should be a fun one.
Should be fun.
Myself, Ethan, Danny Svoboda is in the house, and Luke has made back-to-backers over there. Hey, where's that guy who don't say much? He's right there.
The guy that
you guys
doesn't
said
talk.
Danny was gonna be on something. I gotta come over.
Hey, Luke texts me. He's like, truck's broke, need picked up. Like, I can get you.
My girlfriend's like, oh, you're going to be out there for 3 hours because Danny's over.
Nah, Danny wanted us to do it a little bit earlier today. So I moved it from like 7:30 to 7 so we can try and get done at normal times tonight.
I still catch hell from my wife every time I come over here. I tell her, I'm like, it's only going to be like an hour, maybe hour and a half. She's like, yeah, I know what happens when you go over there. She will always remember
There's
that.
video evidence.
The infamous
There's
night.
no brown
There's
juice.
a bottle right there. There's a bottle on the thing. I didn't tell my wife you were coming. I just told her we're just podcasting real quick. I told her we're podcasting tonight so we don't have to during Mother's Day weekend.
Yeah.
There you go.
Smart play, right? Smart play. Tonight we're going to talk about turkey hunting, tell a couple turkey hunting stories. We got 2 dudes here at the table that have killed gobblers since we've last talked. And then we're going to go a little in-depth on some turkey hunting online culture because since it's turkey season and there's not much going on in the deer woods, social media is dominated by the turkey hunting guys. And in my opinion, it is kind of toxic and terrible, to be honest with you. I don't think the turkey hunting culture comes across as welcoming and warm as the deer hunting culture does on the internet.
That's saying that because there's not a lot of welcoming in the deer culture.
No, but I think I think with the deer hunting culture, it's easy to find your groove.
Yeah.
So you can find the lane that you are happy in and stay in it, and that way there's not a lot of drama, right? So, but when turkey hunting, it's just turkey hunting, and everyone gets thrown into a bowl, mixed up, and there's a whole bunch of shit.
There's a bunch of pencil marks on a ruler somewhere.
Yes, correct. Let's get to some business real quick. Leakyfishing.com to order your gear. Is Luke wearing some stuff today?
Yeah, I'm wearing a retro duck stamp shirt.
Nice.
Came out last year.
Me and Luke are both wearing OG deer camp hats.
I'm gonna do some shout outs.
Ethan, okay, you're allowed. Ethan's rocking all the season's left gear, which I think is closed maybe.
I even have the shirt on too.
I bought a t-shirt yesterday, so some of the season's left gear is still there. You're going to be listening to this on Monday, though, so I don't know if it'll still be open on Monday.
See if there's any left.
We're recording on Thursday. I think it's Thursday.
Caleb, that hat you stole from me.
Correct.
Daniel, Scott, Alan, and Joseph have all bought it in the last 2 days, which is awesome.
The camo turkey hunting one?
Yeah, really.
If you hunt a turkey,
I really appreciate you guys' you're buying stuff from me. That's awesome.
If you go and hunt a turkey, you can have the hat back.
I'm going to take it back. I bought it. It still cost me money.
That's fine. Half the hats I own, you've bought me.
You just take them.
Same.
I just take them.
I leave them here.
Yeah, and they get used. But if someone borrows a hat for a hunting video and then they kill something in it, they kind of just end up taking it home. You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
It's kind of the way it works. Danny, what are you wearing? Meat Eater and Mossy Oak. OG stuff over there.
Yeah, I'm not as decked out in the gear as you guys are.
Got gear on.
It's almost like someone gave you 2 hats a week ago.
Right. Well, you don't wear a walleye hat to a turkey podcast.
That's true.
Come on.
Luke's wearing a duck stamp shirt to a turkey podcast.
True. Yeah, deer camp hat, duck stamp shirt.
It's cool. Luke, do you have any other shout outs for your listeners?
I don't think so. I think that's it. Oh, Chris Gore, #1 fan. Number one purchaser.
Yeah.
Bought some more?
He bought some. He bought a whole giddy up of turkey hunt stuff.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Always. And Spanny. Spanny did too.
Good. Yeah, Spaniel. I saw Spaniel's wearing a hat. Spaniel's been out a couple times hunting.
Yeah.
He had a bad encounter with the bird. He thinks he is pretty certain he bumped the bird off the roost, the gobbler he was hunting. Pretty certain. Can't quite guarantee.
He also said it's 3 counties away now.
Yeah. He's not happy about it. If you're listening to this and you want to listen to a super good, like-minded podcast, I actually just almost finished it. I got like 10 minutes left because it's 3 hours long. But the brothers over at the Born Again Bowhunters pod had Mike Rex on this week, who's the chairman of the Wildlife Council, big deal in the state when it comes to making regs and managing the deer herd and all that kind of stuff. They had him on for 3 hours, and it was just a phenomenal podcast. It was probably my favorite podcast of theirs that they have done, honestly.
Yeah, it's up there.
Besides ones that I've been in. But
I'm only an hour and a
I was
half
say
in.
second to mine.
yeah, yours is good. The ones that we've been in are cool.
Yeah.
The ones that we have been in are cool. But this one is very informative, a lot of information, a lot of good discussion. It sounds like Mike Rex is pretty much exactly the same as us when it comes to the way he thinks about deer hunting, honestly. He's very similar.
I haven't gotten that far through it, so.
Yeah. So go give that a listen. YouTube. I only have one comment to talk about on YouTube because it hasn't only been 2 days since we recorded, but it's a good one. It's making fun of your boy, Chris Gore.
Oh.
Hard.
Making fun of him?
Yep.
I'm going to go beat him up.
The guy's YouTube channel the YouTube name is Facing It with Faith, Hope, and Love.
And he's talking crap, huh?
Man cards revoked. I'm 58, drug more bucks out of the bottoms in Kentucky, never used a freaking winch. I'd be embarrassed at my lack of manliness if I did something like y'all did.
Wow.
And I left him a nice
Shots
comment.
fired.
I left him a nice comment, and his reply to the nice comment was, y'all were out of breath watching the winch work. This is definition a gross lack of manhood and pathetic. So we have a gross lack of manhood and we're pathetic.
Listen.
According to Faith, Hope, and Love and Facing It with.
I just bought a 4-wheeler and I'm putting a winch on it just for that reason.
Dragging your deer out of the woods last year was awful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I bought a 4-wheeler.
How far
so we
was
don't
it?
have to do
Did
it.
we measure that?
690 yards.
Oh, my God. How much did the deer weigh?
270 pounds. We never gutted it. We wanted to weigh it.
How old is that guy?
He said he's 58, and he said we're a bunch of pussies.
So,
That's what he said.
I mean, there comes a time when you have to kind of make the transition, right, from hunting hard to hunting smart.
This guy doesn't have any smart hunting.
I've made that transition, and I have no shame in using machines and as much as I can,
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. If we can listen, if you're going to end up dragging $20 out of the woods a year with you and your buddies, you can make it as easy as you need to make it. Bringing those deer out of the hills in West Virginia, I don't think my legs have ever recovered from that. Just slipping and sliding on rocks and just all the weird angles and falling down mountains.
Why don't you guys pack? Oh, because you take them downhill, right?
We had to go downhill with them. Yeah.
We started our year off with a rough.
Well, we had
Year
a
out.
cart.
But that's
900.
still
It was
sucked.
900. How many yards was that one?
900 yards.
900 something
And
yards.
we didn't want to gut it in the field because we were hunting that field
Yes.
later that week, so we had to haul it 900 yards with guts in.
And we had to be a baby with the head because the velvet was sloughing off. So we had to not. That one did suck. But I'm sorry. Facing with Faith, Hope, and Love. Facing it with Faith, Hope, and Love. I guess we're just a bunch of unmanhood pussies.
Happened.
Danny, tell me about your turkey.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so we're just jumping right into it then. I guess.
Jumping right into it.
Okay,
I'm out of
rock and roll.
business.
Rock and
Quick
roll.
business on that week. Less
All
than
right.
10 minutes.
All right. Where do I begin? I love turkey hunting, but I love turkey hunting just to be. I don't know how I can even describe my love of turkey hunting. Like, I don't put the pressure on myself like I do with deer hunting. I've been on here before, and I've kind of
stressed out.
I've given my confessions and shown my weakness. But with turkey hunting, I don't know. As long as there's some action and just being out in the spring and hearing them gobble from the roost and everything, I mean, I'm happy. And that's it. I really don't put any pressure on myself. But so this turkey season kind of started much like all the rest do. You're getting excited to just be out there, but I'm sure, as you know, the weather wasn't very friendly on opening day of the Ohio turkey season here in the northeast part of the state. So, and also I was out filming a jigging video for walleye and on Leaky John Boat. If you haven't checked it out, go check out the video on Leaky John Boat.
I confess I haven't watched it yet.
I'm really disappointed.
I will.
But hey, you get.
I don't even know if I've loaded up the YouTube app on my new TV.
I was gonna say you get a pass. You're moving. No. So I was pretty tired from the 2 days of fishing, and we beat the hell out of them. But so I decided to stay dry and sleep in Saturday morning and just play that card. So
the weather got real nice about 8 a.m. Just telling you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I heard it was not very nice leading up to 8 a.m.
No, awful up until then.
I mean, that just and once you're wet and like that, cold rain is probably like I would rather hunt in a blizzard.
Yeah,
I would rather hunt in just about any type of weather other than cold rain because it just it soaks into your bones. But anyways, so Sunday I decided, you know what? Yeah, obviously I'm going to get out. Sunday weather was clearing. So kind of wanted to figure out a game plan. So I've got two main farms that I hunt at primarily. One, they're both kind of set up polar opposite of each other. One is more field and ag, where I deer hunt a lot at, but I deer hunt at the other one too. And the other one is just basically timber. You're hunting timber. There are some old logging roads in there and everything, but that's pretty much it. So they both hunt differently as well. The field and ag is a blind game mostly. There's not really a lot of run and gun opportunities there. They're either going to be there or they're not going to be there. But I've been hunting that farm now for so long. I've kind of gotten a pattern on what the birds will usually do on any given day there. So I decided, you know what, based off of the rain that we had the day before, I figured the birds are going to be coming out to the fields in the morning. They're going to be doing their thing. Hens are going to be feeding and looking for the bugs and the worms and the stuff that come up. And the toms should be not far behind. And I was right. I mean, it really worked out great. And the only thing I regret is not bringing my camera because that bird did put on a pretty freaking cool show for me. And I just thought the whole time, I'm like, damn it, I wish I had my camera because this would just be perfect. And I know you
could have pulled that phone out sideways.
I could have. So
I wasn't going to ask until after you gave me the full story when we were texting, not now, but when we were texting, like, so camera, and you're like,
Yeah, I know. And I knew you were going to be disappointed in me, but
there's no disappointment.
I was a little disappointed in myself, to be honest. But
it is a lot of junk to take with solo.
Well, and being on the edge of the field, so I've hunted that area before and been successful without a blind, but there's not a lot of good backdrop. There's not a lot of good like wide trees to like hide your silhouette. So the birds that I have killed there when I've not been in a blind, they'll come in, they won't fully commit to the decoys because before they could actually fully commit to the decoys, they see me and then I got to blast them on the run as they're booking it away from me. So what I did, I woke up extra early, hauled a blind, 3 decoys, shotgun. I mean, I just was like loaded to the gills with gear, hoofing it out there.
You're all the way in, because I know the layout of the property. You're all the way in the backfield, right?
Oh yeah. That particular part, they just, if I could describe it for the people listening, so there's a creek that runs through like a main vein of the woods. Lots of ag surrounding it. The birds do occasionally roost up on there. So when I'm hunting there, especially in this scenario where I'm setting up a blind, I'm doing all that stuff, it's not pre-set up.
Yeah.
I needed to make sure I was out there real early, complete dark. Want to make sure that those birds are sleeping. If they are roosted there, I'm far enough away where they're not gonna pick me up off the roost and fly down away and just never come in. So So they do like to roost there, but then there is a block of woods that I don't have permission on that kind of is behind me, and a lot of birds come from there too, and they come out to the field that I have permission on, and that's when they do their thing. So, so I got the blind all set up. Decoys are deployed. Usually just standard. I run 2 hens and a jake. That's just what I run pretty much any time of the season. I guess I've never really needed to hunt late season. I don't, not to toot my own horn,
Killer.
but
Straight killer.
I mean, I just don't. I mean, when I turkey hunt, I'm usually done within 2 weeks. But I'm set up, just kind of waiting for day to break, and I hear one gobble from the roost around 6:10, and
A little late.
yeah, he
'Cause I think legal light was 6 a.m.
yeah.
on Sunday.
6:10 was I remember exactly 6:10. I heard him gobble off the roost, but this bird that I heard gobble was actually across the tracks from where I had came from.
Okay.
So I'm like, birds very unlikely going to cross these tracks. These are not like flat, nice tracks. I mean, they go up. You know, birds. You're not gonna. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, hey, we I know there's one in the area. You know, I'm just, you know, I'm locked in at this point. And to me, at least for me, there's 2 ways of turkey hunting. There's the run and gun approach, and then there's the sit put and wait it out approach. And I was taking that sit put and wait it out approach, which isn't the most exciting. It isn't the most glamorous, but you know what? When you have a feel of what the birds do on any given day, it works, obviously. So I'm in there for the long haul. And, you know, basically I'm calling every 15 to 20 minutes, few soft yelps, clucks, nothing too desperate, nothing too crazy, but I'm throwing it out there every 15, 20 minutes. About 8 o'clock in the morning, and I hear a hen yelping behind me. And it seems to be in that particular spot, I think I'm at like a 7 out of 10, I guess a 70%, I would call it, where I'm actually calling the hen, and the hen is bringing the gobbler to me. Mm-hmm. I did it last year with Jackson. I did it, I think, actually the year before that too, when I killed my biggest bird to date. He didn't gobble at all. And I called his hen in, and he got pissed because his hen came running in and was hanging out with my Jake decoy, and he's like, not on my watch, you know? Mm-hmm. So she comes out, and she's doing her thing. She's like settled into my decoy spread, and then I heard him fire off around 8:15. He was about 200 yards, I'd guess, down the field edge, back from where kind of she came from.
You think it was the same bird you heard earlier or no?
I don't think so. No. I don't think so. I think it was a different bird, because I'm 98% sure that the one I heard in the morning was on the opposite side of the tracks.
Yeah.
This bird came from back behind me, so completely different bird. But so I hear him fire off, and I, you know, right away I'm like, okay, sweet. There's a gobbler in the area. I got a chance here. You know, so she starts to slowly work off. They weren't together, at least at that point in time. They weren't together. Maybe they were before all this kind of happened, which is to be known. Because sometimes, obviously, you know, first thing in the morning they'll hen up, then they'll kind of spread out, you know, split and do their own thing. So she started working off. He's gobbling. So, you know, again, throw out some light calling to him, make sure he knew I was there. And then I guess I shut up. I shut up. And it's so hard to do, especially when you know he's fired up and it's like, oh, yeah, he's into what I'm doing, you know, like I got him, you know, and you just want to keep calling. You want to hear him fire back, you know, but you gotta know that in the natural turkey woods, the hen goes to the gobbler. The gobbler doesn't typically go to the hen. So, you know, I kind of just shut up. He knew I was there. And by 8:20, he was right there. And at that point, he had saw he was on my decoys, and he came running in full strut, and he went straight for the Jake. if y'all had watched the video I did last year with my boy, that Tom kind of was not as aggressive. You know, he was just kind of circling, showing his dominance that way, but more of a this bird this year, man. He came in, went straight for that Jake, and just like what you see in a lot of videos, man. He kicked that sucker over, and he got on top of him, started pecking him, and just doing his thing. Mind you, the whole time he's doing this, his back is to me. And at this point, when he's on top of that Jake, his head is down. He's kind of like hunched up.
Yep.
So I got no shot. So I'm literally sitting there, like just watching him. I'm like, okay, and I'm letting him do his thing, and he's just on top of my Jake, just you know, and he was doing some not so cool stuff to my Jake decoy, which
left some residue.
Oh yeah.
You wipe it off when you were done.
In the grass. Yeah, not with my hand.
That's a good way to die, I guess, if you're him.
Right. Yeah. I was gonna get to that, but I guess we're just gonna go right into it. So yeah, I mean, he's doing. It felt like forever watching him just do this, and finally, I gave him the loud yelp, and he kind of turned to the side and stuck his head out and put him down. But yeah, I walked up on him, and there's jizz all over my freaking Jake decoy. I'm like, you dirty son of a bitch, you know. But I mean, it was textbook, man.
Yeah.
It was textbook. So I was one and done. I mean, and this spring has just been between the walleyes, the turkey one and done, and it's been a really good morel season in the woods for the mushrooms. It's been a hell of a spring, like one for the books, man. So
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I wish I could have gotten a chance to weigh that bird. So his beard was 11 inches on the dot, and his spurs were 1 inch and 1/16. They were a little over 1 inch.
Okay.
So solid bird for sure.
Yeah.
Real pretty, full fan. Nothing beat up about him or anything. So, you know, I try my best to scout ahead of time so I can get a chance to get a feel of, you know, who would be the boss bird in town. But I didn't this year, and it was just on a whim and based off of the knowledge I had accumulated over all the years of hunting this farm. But yeah, it worked out beautifully, and that's the end of it.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything that can be said to complain about that.
No, this sounds like a great hunt.
Are you going to take your boy out?
You know, the goal this year was to get him his own bird for sure and take him out during youth season. Right now, I've got a 20 gauge 870, and I bought one of those bog tripods, the death grip tripods. And we went out shooting and everything, and it's not a youth model 20 gauge, so it's still a little awkward for him. I think he doesn't want to tell me, but he's intimidated by it, and he wasn't able to hit the target at 20 yards consistently. So the last thing I wanted to do is just say, whatever, we're just going to go anyways. We call in a bird, he misses it or wounds it, and then that's like ingrained in his memory, like I screwed up or I wounded this animal, because he's a sensitive kid, man. I mean, I don't know. And it seems like anymore these days, a lot of kids are I just don't remember being like that when I was that age.
I don't know. My daughter fell and scraped her knees 3 days ago, and every time she sees it, she gets all boo boo. You know?
Well, my boys are like, it's not physically sensitive; they're emotionally sensitive. It's just like,
gotta take them hunting then.
Oh, I do. Oh man, you should have seen Jackson when I field dressed that doe that we got last year. Woo wee! He had a front row seat too for it. He's like, I don't know if I like that part about it. I'm like, well, not a lot of people do, buddy. But you know, if you're gonna take something's life, this is a part of it.
And you'll learn to love it.
Oh yeah.
What gun were you using?
I was using my Mossberg. It's a 590.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I got it.
12 gauge.
Yeah.
Good man.
I've got it. I've got it decked out with a custom stock. What the hell's it?
Double stock.
It's the pistol grip.
Okay.
And it's I can't remember who makes it, but it's got a it's got a little bit of recoil reduction, like a spring in it, kind of. And then I got a cantilever with a Vortex Venom red dot scope on that thing, and then a Carlson full choke for the. I haven't got behind the TSS yet. Are you boys shooting TSS?
I have it for my 410.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I didn't use the 410 this year. So.
I think they're stopped making it. Like they're not.
Well, the
selling
price-
it
The
now.
war,
But the
is
war-
putting a damper on 410 on TSS production because they're buying it. They're using all for that stuff.
I've never had I'm not a TSS guy. You probably, if you've listened to the podcast or seen the videos, I'm very, I wouldn't say anti-TSS, but
Pro 12 gauge.
Well, my thing with the TSS is it has enabled these guys to where now they don't have any problem shooting 60, 70, 80, 100 yards. And it's actually something I feel like I wrote down to get into later with this turkey hunting culture. People have started shooting them at these incredible ranges, and they're using it as like I know my gun can pattern at 60, so they're shooting all these birds at 60. Well, at first it was cool. Everyone was like, yeah, the bird dropped down, it was dead. But as you watch media and watch the social media posting as it goes on more and more, there's a ton of dudes that are shooting these birds with TSS at 50, 60, 70 yards and not finding them, or they're flying off on them, or they got to go wring their necks, or they got to go chase them down, or it's not as lethal as it was, I guess, basically first advertised to be. And if you hunt anywhere, like certainly crowded public or private where there's a lot of people close by to you, TSS is dangerous because it'll penetrate anything.
Yeah.
So if you shoot it, if you shoot a guy at 60, a human being at 60 yards with TSS, it's going to penetrate and kill him. As opposed to if you hit him with a 12 gauge or shot at 60 yards, most of the time those BBs aren't going to penetrate very far, and they have a better survivable outcome.
Oh, I've been peppered before with bird shot.
Yeah, I've been hit with bird shot at Spencer Lake hunting pheasants.
Yeah, exactly. Man. We
100%.
were probably there at the same time.
You probably shot me.
No, I got a buddy of mine that was like, oh yeah, I'm shooting TSS this year or whatever. I'm like, oh okay. I'm like, well, what's the significance behind it? And he starts talking about it, and then he told me the price per box and everything. I'm like, have you lost your
I
mind?
think Dylan said he spent $700 on shells.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
The pattern is 28 gauge.
There are some advantages to the smaller gun, though.
Yeah, so like
if you're hucking
right.
it around like mountains and you're walking for hours or whatever, a smaller gun's gonna make a big difference.
Yeah.
And the kids and the no recoil
kids.
and all that. There's
a time and
definitely
place.
some advantages.
Well,
for
the no
it.
recoil is like, I mean, we talked about it before, like 58-year-old guy calling us pussies. Well,
Well, it just boils down to is it fun to shoot? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I love my 12 gauge, but and I don't know. I just grew up
Same
shooting a 12 gauge. It doesn't bother me.
Something
Like,
about kaboom and seeing that bird fold up at 25, 30, 40 yards that's just the way I feel like, and that's kind of the point of the podcast. Very opinionated we are, obviously, but that's the way I feel turkey hunting should be.
I agree.
As opposed to, well, he was strutting at 70 and he went to walk away, so I knew my gun could pattern out there, and I hit him with the TSS and he dropped. But it's like, I think that bird that was strutting at 70 and walked the other way beat you, but you use technology to even up
the crossbow of the turkey hunting.
Yeah, pretty much
70 yards.
pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, but that
You
that
shoot
buddy,
a crossbow though.
I did well because I got some issues,
different,
but and I get and I'm working towards getting back to my Matthews. But I'm getting there.
I'm surprised that more people don't use crossbows to hunt turkeys. Mike Rex said
I thought about it.
2% of the harvest in the spring turkeys is bow. And I'm assuming crossbows is included with that.
Yeah, I mean,
Only
I believe the
2%.
crossbows would be included in that 2% for sure.
And
That's it, 2%?
2%.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean, there's very few people, even the guys we know that are crazy bow hunting guys. You're
like you two.
You're
Both shot your birds with a shotgun.
Yeah, like Matt Williams though, born again bow hunting guys, and Andy Kelly, all these guys that are big time bow hunters.
They're
shooting him with shotguns.
Dylan hasn't hunted deer with a gun in 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And he doesn't shoot with a bow. He did kill one last year with his recurve.
Yeah, he did. He was able to get
when
a
he goes out of
gobbler.
state, it's gun only.
Yeah.
Well, that's.
I mean, it's just
when you're
hard.
down to 2 or 3 days of hunting, but
It's just hard to kill turkeys with a bow on the ground, especially if you're not using a blind.
Yeah.
Like it's the ultimate.
I mean, that's my goal
It's
this
the
year,
ultimate.
but I'm not also really consider myself a turkey hunter.
Tonight would be a good night to be out there hunting.
Well, the river is too high. The cross.
Just shoot the kayak across.
it wouldn't work as smoothly as you think. Like
It's only 20 feet.
it's like 40 feet.
Yeah, I
And
guess you're right.
the water's like 10 feet deep right now.
And it's the river, so it's moving.
It's like a river.
You got to go at an angle, and then it'll, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see next week.
We need a high line across the river for you.
I have thought about doing some stuff like
Zip line.
doing like a zip line back and forth, like 2 zip lines, one way, one the other way.
Yeah, just harness up.
I mean, why not?
I don't know if he knows this. He only needs one zip line to go both ways.
I mean, it'd be a lot easier to have. Why?
You're going to zip line across, and then your zip line will be back over there.
Yeah, but I don't want to drag myself across. I want to go up and down, both ways.
I
Do
mean,
you look like I'm going to drag myself across the rope? No. I want a zip line.
That's fair.
how about a bridge?
Bridges are expensive. Any kind of bridge. A cable bridge is $5,000.
Find one used somewhere and take it down.
I can't get it back there. Like I can't get it across.
How wide?
In the summertime, we could.
How wide is the?
40 to 50 feet, probably.
Okay, all right. So
10-foot drop banks.
yeah, you need something better than just
A cable bridge would be sweet. But I'd put footers in on both sides. It'd be difficult to do.
You could do. You know some people that could do that.
Yeah, I do, but I just haven't. There's other important projects other than this freaking cable bridge across the creek.
To shoot a turkey.
Yeah, to shoot a turkey.
$5,000 bridge to shoot a turkey.
But I could just shoot the turkeys in my yard.
I mean, you could.
It'd be probably easier.
You could call them across that river if they need to be.
Well, they're like in my yard more than often than they are across the river.
That's true. Something about yard birds just ain't cool, but across the river,
Yeah,
it's
like
not a yard bird.
like in the mowed grass, it wouldn't be that fun. But like 50 feet from there, man, that'd be freaking sweet.
No, because you're on the other side of a river in the wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we take some cool pictures like on a kayak in like the 2 foot of water.
And then we'll turn you around and take pictures of your house.
Yeah, like I hold it up for my house.
Millie, stay up there while I take these pictures. Hold on.
I gotta do it on a day Annie's at work late or she has 4-H. She'll be letting Millie run around out there barking at the turkeys.
Any final thoughts, Danny, on that bird? Anything to add?
No, man. It was just it was bittersweet. Like I'm sure you
I
very much feel like I've just been wanting to get back out there. My brother-in-law was like gung ho about. He's like, man,
policeman.
Yeah, he's like, I've never killed a turkey before. I'm like, dude, I'll hook you up, man. I'll hook you up. You're my brother-in-law. You know, he's a good kid. Mm-hmm. And
none of those other deputies will take him out.
I don't know. I don't know if they even.
There's a couple that hunt.
Is there? Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, day before I went and scouted, found some birds. I got everything all lined up. I told him what time I was going to pick him up, and that night he texted me. I don't think I'll be able to make it, man. That's really early in the morning.
Oh,
I'm like,
jeez.
son of us. I'm like, dude. I'm like, all right, man, and not it's just and so
what a bailout.
I was not happy with him.
Flake.
Yeah, I was not happy with him, but we will get past it. But I was actually I was mushroom hunting on Saturday, and
you sent me the videos.
Yeah, I called in 2 longbeards middle of the day, and I just carry my calls in my pocket just cause just for fun. Mm-hmm. And I mean, dude, it was just so much fun. I'm just like, man, I love this, and I just want to be out there. And it's like,
it's probably good that we're down to a 1 bird state though.
Yeah. I could have killed both of them easy.
How many mushrooms have you found this year so far?
Man, a lot. I'm not gonna try to guess the number, but I want to say that last time out, I at least found 5 pounds, maybe more.
Dang.
I mean, it was a good.
These boys go out every single day and find nothing but dog peckers.
Yeah,
little tiny black dog peckers.
I found a couple of yellows this year, but someone else beat me to my spot.
Who do you think it was?
I don't know, but they were smoking cigarettes because I found them everywhere, private land, and I'm like, damn.
That's such a shame that people just feel like they could just,
Well, they've probably been doing it in that stretch of property for 30 years.
Yeah.
Better that than deer hunting.
That's true.
They can mushroom hunt all they want.
That's true. Mushroom hunting, though, I mean, it's such a short period, and I mean,
is it done already?
Oh yeah, it's about done. I mean,
there could be some left over.
A little bit, but
I wonder
by now,
if this cold snaps we're having. I wonder if the ground temperature is staying cold enough to.
I have thought
grow
that
some
too.
more.
I have thought
we keep on getting that spring to that winter to spring feeling in the morning. the 45s to 60-degree days.
I assumed that it was over after I picked all those the last time. There could be some still out there that
should
have
go out
popped
tomorrow.
up, but
You working tomorrow, Ethan?
No.
Let's go tomorrow.
Maybe.
All right.
Shoot a turkey while you're doing it.
right.
No, we could do that. We could go turkey hunting and look for mushrooms.
We could. That is the truth.
Perfect.
There are
You
turkeys.
have to pick me up though.
Is Kyle picking you up for work?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ethan, the floor is yours.
So we got back from Pennsylvania on Sunday, and I was washing my bedding. I had washed all my stuff when I got back, and I was putting the blankets on the clothesline right next to the house. I was like, I should go listen for gobblers, and I'm putting the blankets on, and they just keep on sounding off. I'd heard them back there in the food plot, so we checked the trail cameras, and
Yeah, he was.
this guy was hanging out back there in front of the decoys that Caleb left up from youth season and his opening day.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, I took decoys, just to rewind, I took decoys on opening day for the first time, and because I was hunting the rain, that day that it was pouring rain, I put a half strut Jake and a hen out in the food plot. And that's the first time I'd taken a decoy hunting, and probably guys I've hunted with have had decoys, but me, myself, I'd hardly ever carry decoys. And I left them out there, and it was raining, and I said, fuck it. And they're still out there. They're still out there now.
Every
2.5 weeks later, they're still out there. There's birds strutting by them every day.
That's
The
crazy.
They're in the
Jakes go
food
check
plot,
them out.
not in the field.
Yeah, they're in the food plot.
God, you guys are. Oh my goodness. Educating them birds so bad.
They come in every day and strut around those decoys. I just leave. They've been out there since opening day. It hasn't.
That's
Where
incredible.
that bird was strutting on trail camera
Yeah.
day, decoy.
Oh my!
We're not talking
I
about
thought
the
turkey hunting
world.
was supposed to be hard.
We're not talking about the world's smartest bird per se, but anyways,
So he was out there the night before. So we already had our game plan. Isaac and I hunted. We think that bird the week prior or the Thursday prior.
it's hard to say.
Yeah. We thought there was one left, and we keep on killing the one left. The one shows up. So there's always
4 birds have been killed in and around this farm, and
there's yeah.
it's, yeah, still going. It's like the Energizer Bunny.
So we thought it was the same bird. So we came up with a different strategy to hunt him. I was gonna hunt him out of the radix, just like usual. Decoys just out there, and wake up in the morning, running a little bit late. You guys didn't know that. Like,
You're running late.
like I got up in time, had my coffee, and then like I packed my camera stuff, got my gun, did this and the third. I kept on forgetting things in the house, so like it took me like 15 minutes to get out the door. So
What
like,
time did you leave?
5:50.
Oh, that's not too bad.
So shooting light was 5:58.
Oh, well, that's
so I was pushing it. So I'm walking
we're
up.
pretty famous for cutting it close.
I'm walking up to the spot, and I hear him gobble. So I'm like, all right, he's there at least.
Probably good enough leaves on the tree. You don't have to worry about being seen.
Yeah, luckily. And then so I get in the blind, get all the camera stuff set up, and I hear what I think is 2 different gobblers. I thought maybe it was the Jakes also in the mix, but now we know it's probably 2 different gobblers.
Yeah.
One was closer, one was farther away. I'm pretty sure the one that I shot was the one that was further away
You think he was the one that's further away?
because he sounded deeper than the other one.
Okay.
So 6:15, fly down happens. They go quiet for a second, and then about 5 minutes later, they start gobbling again. And
Were they directly west?
one was a little bit northwest, one was straight west. The one I
That's
killed
where
was straight west.
That's where Hudson's
Yeah.
birds were hanging out.
So 6:15, 6:20, I think fly down happens. They go quiet for a little bit, and then the one sounds off a little bit more west, and the one starts coming in closer. And I yelped. You watched the video. I yelped.
I haven't watched your calling yet, but
It's probably not the best calling in the world, but it worked.
it worked.
I called maybe 6 different little sequences in that 10
How many
minute.
times when you yelp? How many yelps do you do? 3. I try to keep it under 6. I try to keep it under 3. It's like a turkey hunting secret. Like real hens don't really yelp much more than 3. To
I
6.
want to say 3.
It's probably like 4 or 5.
Watch the video.
Because you'll probably like. I always try to keep it under 6. I know that's for sure.
And then I hear a gobble real close. Probably, what do you think that wood line is? For ranging from 15 to 30 yards.
Yeah, down by the water, it's 18-ish, and then at the tip of the food plot, it's 40s. But yeah, so it's 20 to 30.
I hear him gobble pretty close, and then I get the video recording myself, and I actually got him strutting a little bit in the woods, which I didn't see because the angle of the camera is a little bit different than what I can see from up in the blind. Get him strutting, move the camera, and I see his head start coming out, and I just saw the beard, a good 10-inch beard, and I was like, "Yep, it's over." Clicked the gun off safe. He walked 2 steps in the food plot, and I blasted him.
Pretty much exactly like Hudson's hut. That 870 does a good job too, don't it?
Yeah, and he was headed a little bit away from me.
He was probably going to head out to the middle of the field.
And this is my first bird that I've called in myself to have the ability to kill, so I wasn't going to do any fancy camera work. He's just going to die.
Next year. What are you doing next year?
Next year, we're going to do some fancy camera
We're
work.
going to let him strut.
But, yeah, good bird. First solo bird. First mature bird off this farm for me. I shot at Jake.
Yeah, you shot Jake in that spot.
Back in the day.
You shot Jake at that spot.
Pretty anticlimactic turkey season. We had that one day, me, you, and Dylan were running and gunning, but...
Yeah, we had... you and Isaac hunted, so you hunted 3 times here.
Yep.
Me, you, and Dylan, running gun day. He gobbled a lot, or one of them, whichever. There was a bunch of them.
Yeah.
The birds were gobbling a lot, and they never wanted to get closer than 60. Then you and Isaac went out, and it was a classic gobble on the roost, and then nothing.
He flew away.
And then this was hunt number 3 for you. Yep. Called him in yourself. So that's 2 birds we have killed in that spot on this farm this year. 2 different neighbors have also killed. I killed my bird somewhere else. But that's 4 birds this year in that area next to our farm. Let me think about how many birds we've killed in that corner. So 2 this year, your Jake, my rainy day gobbler, my grandma's gobbler the day after she died, the giant gobbler I killed in that corner, and then Zane killed one in that corner in front of us. So we've watched 7 birds die in that corner. I believe the count is 7. Birds in that spot. It's not bad.
And I shot one probably 150 yards from there.
Nah, your bird was we were up on the next flat over.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, I can't even remember if we had that bird. I killed a bird up there. Ernie killed a bird. We're up to 10.
Do you guys ever hunt back there anymore?
Bird is 11. My first bird is we don't have permission. 12. Spaniel killed a bird. 13. Another bird. 14.
Talking about the other side of the farm.
I'm talking about just on this side.
Oh.
In that block, I included it. So we're up to 17 birds that I know of we've killed. Isaac cleaning up Jay was 18. I think that's about it. I think we've killed 18 birds on that section of the farm.
That's solid.
I guess can't complain about can't complain about that.
That is real
so back
solid.
in the day, talking about the decline in the turkeys and stuff a little bit, like it was not uncommon for us to kill. Like this year, we've killed 2 off the farm in that section. It was not uncommon back in the day to kill one. One was guaranteed, and then it wasn't uncommon to kill a second one. You know, so we were used to killing 2 birds a year. Whether between the 4 of us and my dad, and we had this gentleman named Ernie that used to hunt with us, and then Matt and Tyler and Jimmy and everyone used to come hunt with us too. So between all of us, we'd kill 2 birds usually. But then it slowed down for a while.
Yep.
So for a long stretch of time there was only ever usually 1 gobbler using the farm, and if someone around the area killed it, I mean, it'd be gobbleless the whole spring, done. Like, and then the last couple of years, things have trended in the positive direction.
Last year was like that, though.
Yeah, I think Zane killed that bird last year. The kid hunting the neighbors, and then
did he kill one last year?
Yeah, Zane killed one. I heard him. I watched him kill him opening day again.
Yeah,
that's right.
On the edge by Kyle's, and then there was no other gobblers the rest of the entire season.
Because he was hunting the one at your property.
Yeah, I spent the whole time where I killed my bird this year is where I hunted last year on your farm, and just hunted 10 encounters and couldn't kill him. But so it's strange, but it's I think a big factor in that, and we can just roll right into the turkey hunting online culture thing. We're very in this area. We try and be very anti-Jake. So we even with, we might catch some shit for this, but like even when it comes to the kids, like. Killing Jakes is very bad for the turkey population. They don't get a chance to breed. Jakes can't breed. The science has proven they can't breed. So a Jake isn't breeding, and they don't get a chance to disperse and become a longbeard. So when you kill them at that age, it's very, very bad for the future of your turkey hunting. If you can resist on the killing of Jakes, it can do a lot of things for your turkey hunting. And I know people are not going to like that. Well, I'm going to kill whatever I want and this and that. And, my boy needs to kill his first bird. And I understand all that. I have kids too.
They got to know how turkey, and they say no freaking turkeys around.
Yeah. And then at the same time, whenever someone complains that the turkey numbers are down, you got to look at every single person that's killed a Jake. And that's part of it.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Probably not. I got into it with one of the influencers that we've had on this show before. We've had Jacob Emery. We've had him on twice, and me and him had a little just a small back and forth. And I can tell by the way he's posting online because we follow him on social media because he's a good hunter. And he's been on our show and stuff, that he's not happy about some of the maybe flack, kickback, or feedback or comments he receives. You know, and I went back and forth with him because he killed a Jake in Florida on a travel hunt, and you know, and that's fine. And that is what it is. But I was tongue in cheek joking with him, you know, boo, you know, don't kill the Jakes, and he kind of lashed back, and then I was like, well, listen, where I'm from, where we live, if we killed Jakes, there'd be no gobblers at all. There'd be zero. Right. Like there is so few turkeys up until this year. Of course, now we're sitting here talking with our surplus, but for years there was one bird per block. You have a 640 acre block, 1 mile by 1 mile chunk of road, and you're lucky. You're lucky to have one gobbler and 10 hunters. And if we're killing Jakes, we're having 0 gobblers. And so we took a very, very hard anti-Jake shooting stance. Now I know things happen. I've seen, you know, Jacob Emery shot a Jake this year on social media. I've seen Lane Hauser. He shot a Jake on accident. He's a big time. So he's filmed for a lot of companies and done a lot of YouTube stuff over the years. Matt Williams, our buddy, Born Again Matt, we kind of joked about it last week on the podcast. He accidentally shot a Jake this year. It does happen, but we aren't going to go out with the intention of shooting Jakes.
No,
it's the point.
Yeah,
because we need these birds A, to reproduce, and then B, it's better for the hunting if they're longbeards and you're hunting a longbeard. But we need them to reproduce, and when we're killing them as Jakes, they're not, and then the numbers just keep going down. It's just as bad as shooting a hen.
The last Jake we killed was 4 years ago.
Is yours. Mine. And before that, mine that I killed in 2014.
Yeah.
You know, so a long time ago. I lied. Not 2014.
2004.
Let me correct myself. It was 2004 when I shot my Jake.
Have you ever shot a Jake?
No.
My last Jake was 2004. I was 14 years old and had 2 beards.
Yeah.
So it had 9 inches worth of beards. Just 2 of them. But yeah, so and that ties into the topic we're getting into, turkey hunting online culture, people getting big mad. Maybe some people that, and we're probably a little bit guilty too. I could get your guys' thoughts on this. No one likes to take a lot of criticism, but we can take some criticism. But when it comes to the turkeys, man, criticism doesn't go well on the online culture.
Yeah, I'm like not that big into turkey hunting.
Right. But you're always lurking.
Podcasts, but there's a lot of dudes that, like, if you hunt a turkey a different way than them, they're so mad about it.
I mean, look at how we're sitting at this table. Danny likes to use 3 decoys, and he uses a blind quite often. I never carry a decoy, and I hate blinds. I've killed them out of blinds, and they're nice when it's raining. Yep. But I hate hunting out of a blind. So I'm a super run and gun. And it's cost me. You know how many turkeys with run and gun has cost me, just because.
It's how you like to do it.
If I don't have that, they come in, they don't see that decoy, you know, and then they're out, you know.
See ya.
But that's just the way I like to hunt them. There's differences, and that's fine.
So I like picked up on one thing. Like the other day, we were on a Wyoming trout camp, reading some mobile hunters' comments. There's dudes on there like, who runs and guns and who sits in a blind. And there's guys on there like, I only run and gun on public land, and I kick out, you know, I bust off 10 turkeys a day. You know, like they're running and gunning, and they're
finding them. They're gobbling.
They're finding them. They're not killing them though.
Right.
So they're busting up all these turkeys all over public land, and I'm like, man, you are like on here on Facebook talking about how you bust up all these fucking turkeys all over the state, multiple states, and I'm like, you think that's better than just efficiently killing one?
Yeah.
It bothered me a little bit. I'm like, you're running around and you think someone that sits in a blind isn't a man to kill a turkey. But you bust all these turkeys out of here. You educate them. You're ruining other people's hunts. Obviously, you guys are public land last weekend.
Yep.
There was hunters everywhere.
Yeah, guy shot one in front of us.
But
200 yards in front of us.
No one was acting a fool.
Nope.
And people were killing birds.
Pennsylvania has some laws about that kind of, like, you can obviously run and guns fine, but Pennsylvania, you're not allowed to use natural blinds. Yep. So like you either have to sit against a tree or have the pop out blind. You're not allowed to like build a little hide or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they might have some weird.
You can't reap.
You cannot reap. Yeah, reaping's out.
That's good.
And I
hate reaping.
Some of the guys that I like to watch the most in the turkey hunting space, the Breaking Point guys, they reap probably 50% of their birds.
They have that helmet.
Yeah, the Dominator.
Yeah.
They make it look cool, but I'm never going to shoot a turkey reaping. I never have, and I never will. Because I have made a decision. It's not even that. I've made a decision that I'm not going to kill a turkey in that way. Just like I'm not going to hunt it, you know, not a knock at Danny. I'm not going to take a crossbow out to try and kill my buck just because it gives me the advantage over my compound bow.
Sure.
But that's just the way I'm going to hunt. There's people that only reap.
Yeah.
There's people and they kill a lot of birds.
Yeah. And if I was able to,
yes,
I would have.
You're the perfect guy to have here in this conversation.
I would have my Matthews out, and you better believe the first 140 I killed with the crossbow. There was a moment where I was like, man, there was a part of me that was just like and then you got to dial it back.
But for
in.
you wouldn't be hunting without it.
Yeah,
like the archery season would be tough without it. So
yeah.
like that's it's different.
Oh, and I struggled before, but it took me a lot to just say, you know what, I have to put this down for now, and if I want to continue to hunt archery, I have to pick up a crossbow because I had bucks come in, and my shoulder was so jacked up, man. I was just like, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, and then you're frustrated with yourself, and you're just like, it's just like, man, just swallow your pride, and just be immersed in the woods because that's why you do it. That's why you're out there. And I mean, like, and with the different strategies around turkeys, again, like if it gets you out there and it's what you think is fun, like I'm not going to personally, hate on someone who's going to run and gun or reap. If it's within within your ability as a license holder, as a tag holder, and you're doing it legally, then to each their own. Like, and that's just me. But like I have to defend myself a little bit as a blind hunter. I do like to run and gun too, but most times I do hunt out of a blind because my farm calls for it. But there's also a lot of homework that goes into it of where I'm going to put that blind, how I'm going to do, there's a lot of strategy at play. So I'm not just going like, well, I'm just going to sit a blind out and sit my lazy ass in here and hope for the best. So there is a lot of work that goes into it too, but it's challenging when you're, when it's not panning out and you're waiting those hours and then you're like, well, what do I do now?
Right.
So.
And you're hunting, like your situation is actually kind of a lot different than ours as far as your farm. Your farm's big, it offers a lot, but you're hunting that one farm in the area and you're not going to be doing any bouncing, right? So
there's no ability to.
Right. You have just that one farm and you are figuring out you're going to be in there. If you're going there hunting turkeys, you're in there for the long haul. The way I like to hunt turkeys, if that bird ain't gobbling by 8, I'm out.
Yeah.
It's different farm time. Get in the truck, grab a snack. We're going to the next. We're going to the next farm, and we're going to see if there's anything gobbling there. That day I killed my bird, I was on farm number 3. I bounced it 1 at 8, 1 at 10, and then went to the third one. It was done by 11:35.
And that's way more action packed than what I do.
But, and that's what I love about the turkey hunting. And everyone loves it differently.
Absolutely, I like it all, man. I like being out in the woods, watching everything wake up, listening to everything wake up, and just being immersed in it, man.
Right.
That's what I like,
There was a big, I don't know if you saw it on the internet. I saw it because someone sent it to me, but I don't know how much turkey hunting you watch on social media, but the Pinhoti Project? And
I'm sure I've seen it.
And I can't remember his name off the top of my head. What is his name? The guy that runs the Pinhoti Project. Sure. Very, very, very good turkey hunter. He is strictly like self-filming, running gun, no decoy, maybe a hen decoy, but I think it's mostly no decoy, big woods turkey hunter. He got into it on Instagram and was they got into it pretty rough with the Heartland bow hunter guys, and obviously you've heard of the Heartland bow hunter guys. Yeah. They have all these videos where they bow hunt turkeys from these blinds they make in Missouri, like these they like build their own.
Dave Owens, yes, Pinhoti Project, Dave Owens. The Heartland bow hunter guys build up these own like blinds with like pine boughs and stuff, and they do the super slow motion arrow flying, chopping the turkey's head off videos, and they put the cinematography is crazy because they're using red cameras. They can shoot like 240 frames a second, just crisp slow motion. And that Dave Owens got on there and was like, shit like this is what's gonna fucking ruin turkey hunting, and people are gonna see this and try and get it banned, and you're the problem with turkey hunting. And Heartland bow hunter is huge, right? They're one of the biggest, most well-known names in the hunting game, social media wise, hunting media wise, for years. And Dave Owens is big too. I mean, his channel's 100,000 plus, I think. Like, he's big in the turkey hunting world. So two colossal giants in the turkey hunting online community, bam, start whacking their head against each other on
fuck you for doing it this way and fuck you for doing it that way. And I found that extremely interesting because you don't see that a lot. Yeah. Like deer hunters you would never see Drury calling out, whoever, meat eater, saying you guys are a bunch of fuckers for doing it wrong. Like it would never happen on deer hunting, but on turkey hunting,
it'd be funny if
these giant groups are going at it.
I've
man.
enjoyed the Pinhoti project. I've watched him.
Yeah,
and, he makes good stuff.
His videos are going to be
very stern.
Yeah, his videos are going to be a lot like ours, where like you're only going to see the birds walking through the timber real quick, and then folds them. Like that's because if you're running and gunning,
he smokes a cigar with him, right?
Yes, he's the guy.
Thing.
So I don't want to say he invented the smoking the cigar with the turkey, because obviously some old timer somewhere in Tennessee or Georgia has been doing it, but
he's definitely
he was the one that introduced it to social media 100%. So the whole smoking a backwoods, or he smokes Black and Milds, I think.
Landon sent me a Snapchat
lines
or something.
Yeah,
so one. He's like doing the Pinhoti project thing.
Yep. So cool. He's the one who started that on social media, and if he wasn't the very first to start it, he definitely popularized it. Like he was the guy who did it. So now tons of people do that, right?
Oh yeah.
And and he's a great. I like both. I like Pinhoti and Heartland Bow Hunter, and I see both ways. Heartland Bow Hunters, they're hunting bows without a true blind. With archery equipment, hunting turkeys, and that's tough. And they're doing it that way, and their footage is always top notch. But just to see two guys like that, just different contrasts and styles. Because Dave Owens is a shotgun hunting only guy, I'm pretty sure. I've never seen him hunt him with a bow. I'm not saying he doesn't, but I've never seen him bow hunt him. But
who was the guy that had that super slow motion? Like
David Craig, or Daniel Craig.
Who is
Derek Craig? Sorry,
Derek Craig.
Like
New Day Outdoors.
New Day Outdoors.
Okay.
So he has New Day Outdoors, which is his own channel, and he's in with those mobile hunter guys. He's kind of he's like an adopted old uncle of all them old hunter guys. Derek, Daniel, and David. Mr. Craig has helped me out with computer stuff in the past. I've messaged him plenty of times, and he's helped me with computer specs and helped figure out some stuff with DaVinci and software. And he's the man when it comes to that. I think his full-time job now potentially is working with Magnus, the Broadhead company.
Is that who he shot him with?
Yeah, is one of his full-time gigs and or close to full-time gigs. He does a lot of marketing stuff in the outdoor industry. Yeah, he lopped that. I'm sure you've seen the screenshots of that maybe. Luke could probably pull it up.
I'm going to pull it up.
Lopped this gobbler's head off with like 5 different camera angles.
Oh, no. GoPros and slow-mo.
He puts the GoPro down by the decoys, yeah. We've tried that before, and I've just called in Jake's.
Is it on Mobile Hunters?
It is on Mobile Hunters. If you look up New Day Outdoors on Instagram, I'm sure it's there somewhere.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It is sweet, but it's that Dave Owens would have a problem with it.
I mean, there's something to be said about trying to protect the sport. I mean, when like anti people see that stuff, they're gonna be mad about it.
Yeah, 100%.
They're gonna do something about it too. But at the same time, you can't. I don't know.
In the Mike Rex podcast with Born Again Bow Hunters, I mentioned it earlier.
I got it, Luke.
Oh, okay.
He mentioned that an open season on raccoons would help the turkeys more than anything, right? But to explain, so 85% of Ohio residents are not hunters and don't care about hunting. So they're just nonchalant about it. 5% are hunters, 10% are anti-hunting. So there's more anti-hunters than hunters, and then 85% are laissez-faire. But if you told that 85%, the guys that own gardens and don't want their hosses eaten and don't want to hit deer with their cars, so they don't care if people hunt, but they're not for it themselves. If you told them that we wanted to kill every raccoon on the planet just so we could shoot a few more turkeys, it would go bad. You know what I mean? Like that's not a good way to sell it per se. Kill more to kill more,
man.
Right. Pretty sweet, isn't it?
That is like textbook.
Is that the Chris B broadhead?
No.
Is that a Magnus broadhead? Chris B's broadhead is made by like a big company.
I don't know I don't have the answer for that. So I don't know. I don't know anything about Chris B's broadhead and his company But it would make sense. Magnus's, it's funny because Magnus's logo is like a wasp or a bee, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Chris B. I'm not sure. I'm not 10 years ago, I would have known everything about the hunting social media world, but now I'm way out of the loop because I'm old.
Chris B has the G5 Dirty Bird broadhead.
G5.
Okay. So like
didn't Isaac shoot Montex for a while or something?
I have no idea.
I think we shot some G5s.
Every single broadhead in the world.
And what's he shooting now?
Not a Schwacker, man.
Slick
we'll save that for September.
Slick Tricks, I believe.
He shoots a bunch of. He's got like a quiver full of broadheads.
I'm full swacker trained
So
from
am I.
now on. Dave, what kind of broadheads are you shooting?
Grim Reapers.
Okay.
Same thing.
I think Isaac
Grim Reapers are pretty.
doesn't
much
Isaac have some Grim Reapers too?
Even when I was shooting the Matthews, I was on Team Grim Reaper. I did shoot a Rage for a
It's an
while.
efficient
I was
broadhead.
Rage in the cage for about 20 years.
And you know what? Rage never let me down.
Yeah,
But
until they sold out to Faraday, and now their product is crap.
I heard it. I heard
Made
it.
Michigan Schwacker.
I made the the change before
Assembled
that,
in
but,
Michigan.
I went down the rabbit hole of the whole FOC and everything, and I was looking for something heavier, and Rage didn't offer it. So
You went with the heavy arrow thing. Did you like it?
you know what? I blew through a 400-pound black bear at 35 yards with a 55-pound draw compound with a 150 grain broadhead fixed blade.
It's like throwing your phone at it.
Just blew through them. I know it's not blazing fast.
I was saying, so would a whitetail duck that?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, but I you know what? I liked the performance with my bow. I know it's not for everybody. I was never a big speed freak anyways because I got a shorter draw.
Yeah.
So I'm never gonna.
You're never going to achieve it. Unless
So
you do,
I'm never
unless
When
you
get
do
to
like
that-
overdraws
You
and
get to
stuff.
that shorter draw and that lower poundage. It's going to be hard to get a fast bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
know
might
what?
as well make it. Really
Guys like
heavy,
me
I
and
guess.
Ethan are the opposite. We have super long draws, so we can do it. You know.
Yeah. So I did not have any complaints at all whatsoever. And when I pick it back up again, it's going to be the same thing.
How is the shoulder and everything going? You
It's
think
good,
you think it's a
bro.
possibility?
Oh, absolutely. Because I changed up my diet, I'm hitting the gym, and things are coming back. So it's crazy what the body can do.
Where are you working out at?
At my job, they have a really good
Okay.
facility there. I'm very lucky for that. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I want to just throw in real quick before we move off the Jake thing. You know, I have not even had an opportunity or an encounter with a Jake in probably 7 years,
Really?
6 years.
There were years where we'd just call in Jakes like you wouldn't fucking believe.
10 of them.
There was a year.
See 'em.
There was a flock of like 7 to 10 Jakes around here. I would call them in on, let's say, this side of the farm. We'd call them. Ethan shot one of them.
Yeah.
I'd call them in, and then like we'd bust it. Like they'd come in. There'd be no gobblers. To be the Jakes fucking off by whatever in front of us. So we'd bust them off. I'd come over here a couple hundred, 600-700 yards away. And I'd fucking call them back across the road, and they'd come in over there. And then they followed me down the road a mile and a half. I was hunting at a different farm, and I called the fucking flock of Jakes in there too.
They beat the shit out of
They
a long
beat
beard.
the shit out of a longbeard in
Yeah,
front of me when I was on
middle
the road
field.
one time. This longbeard was coming in. There was a hen in a breeding position. So longbeard full strut coming through this overgrown field. Hen down in a breeding position that I didn't see. She hopped up. Longbeard started following her. Man, these fucking Jakes came in and beat the shit out of him. He ran off, tucked tail, and ran.
That is one of the greatest
and they can't even
turkey
breed.
videos
And they
ever
can't
made.
even breed her. You know what I mean? So they steal the hen, and then they can't breed her.
You think it's those turkeys that we're killing this year?
Probably is. I'm probably finally getting my revenge on all them goddamn Jakes.
I thought about that. I'm like,
they
there's like
finally
5
got
or 6
longbeards
turkeys around
down.
here.
We should. So, real quick, we should have like a biologist on here to talk about turkeys and their age, like a banding biologist,
Yeah, because I'm very.
to educate some people and ourselves because we don't know that much.
No, I am now a firm believer that we don't know shit
Yeah.
about shit.
Anything.
When it comes, especially with the turkeys and even somewhat of the deer. I actually have the deer. I went and grabbed my deer jaws from the taxidermist today. Gave the antlers to Madison. Blair got to pet a turkey and a cat.
A real turkey, not my stuffed turkey.
It was a Narragansett. It was a real turkey. Came up, one of those heritage breeds, and she let her pet it. But I had my jaws to send in to do the deer age thing. So, and then the Born Again boys also just keep name dropping. We're giving the Born Again boys a lot of screen time today. Their next podcast, I believe, is with the biologist from Deer ID, the woman.
Yeah,
she
it should be pretty
explained.
good.
Yeah, she explains everything about it, and I guess it's pretty legit. So I'm sending my jaws in. But the point Luke's making is turkey age. We all used to think, and we were all taught for a while. I watched a 1980s Marty Stauffer Wild America video on the wild turkey, and he said Jakes have half-inch spurs, 2-year-old birds have 1-inch spurs, mature gobblers have inch and a half or longer spurs, and they're curved, and that's how you tell the difference in birds. Well, there's all these studies coming back with these birds that have been
Bell curve
banded.
view?
in the wild, and they get killed 4, 5, 6 years later, and they weigh 19 pounds and have 3/4 inch spurs, but they're banded and they truly are 6 or 7 year old gobblers. So these birds that we're shooting, they were thinking, it's a dumb 2-year-old. It's a dumb 2-year-old. He was a Jake last year. There's no data that says that's true at all. Yeah. We very easily could be killing 5 or 6 year old birds that just have moved back into their home ranges from a couple years ago. There's no way of knowing.
I'd be really interested in that.
I would love
same thing. I always thought it was on the spurs that you could tell, and all that data started coming out, and I was just like, wow.
The bird Hudson killed, our cousin, it only had 1 spur. There was a spot where there should be a spur on his other leg, but
I saw that.
it didn't grow. It wasn't like it was broke off.
It just never.
And if it was broke off, he wore it down perfectly smooth. It just didn't really grow.
That's interesting.
So obviously Jakes aren't going to grow 1-inch spurs, so we know that.
Yeah,
but we have no way of knowing how old these birds are.
Yeah, that would be really interesting to know. I mean, like for me, when it comes to fishing, hunting, anything, this is just me. I mean, it is your license. It is your tag. If you're legal, you're legal. But as a hunter, as somebody who is pursuing a game animal that you are passionate about, I hope, because I know I can speak for all of us at this table, we love the animals that we pursue. Love them more than anybody ever could. You just have to realize that selective harvest, whether it be fishing, whether it be hunting deer, hunting turkeys, selective harvest and conservation is at the heart of all of this, to make sure that you can do this until you can't anymore, and your kids can do it, and their kids can do it, and so on, so on. So, that's my plug into that conversation. I'm not going to come down on anybody personally, but at the end of the day, you also need to ask yourself why you're out there. What are you doing? Are you out there for the right reasons? And just think about that selective harvest. Yeah, it's great to kill a bird. It's great to kill a giant buck. But at the end of the day, that's not why you really do it. I mean, you're out there to just be a part of it and see the animals that you love so much. Like some of the best hunts I've ever had in my life included no harvest at all whatsoever. So that's just me just throwing that out there before we moved on from it.
What about states where it's legal to shoot them on the limb?
Damn you. All right. Everything that I just said, throw it out the window. Do like that right there. Is there really states?
So there are states where it's legal.
There's a lot of states.
There's states where it's legal as long as it's within legal hours, and these up on the limb, you're allowed to shoot them. I saw a comment on one of them. I think it was on one of the mobile hunter groups. It might have been on one of the turkey hunting groups on Facebook. A dude commented like, "Well, I was walking to my spot, or I was riding my 4-wheeler to my spot, and I got in there late, and I got off the 4-wheeler and turned it off, and I heard an animal flush, and I looked up, and a gobbler flew up and landed in a tree at 30 yards and was looking at me, so I was pretty dejected, and I got back on my 4-wheeler and left him for another day." And like 9 out of the 11 comments were, "I would have shot that fucking bird, no questions asked. Like, what are you doing? Are you stupid?
Yeah.
You got within 30 yards of a turkey. It's a monumental task." Like, all these comments were, "I would have shot that bird on the limb." And I'm sitting there reading that like, I'd rather smash my dick with a hammer than shoot a bird off the limb. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's just so bad.
Yeah,
but then again, who am I? Who am I to judge where it's legal? But
if
I'll never shoot a
legal,
turkey
but
on the limb. I
man,
promise you that.
No.
Promise.
Even if I were to be in a state that allowed it, to me as a sportsman, full disclosure, I've killed a lot of turkeys.
Yeah. That's why I have you on this podcast to talk about.
I've never killed a turkey further than 35 yards, ever.
Well, and we're coming full circle, right? So you're not going to shoot it on the limb because that's not sporting, right?
No, and there's no to me.
So 60 yards with TSS?
No, never.
Yeah,
Never.
see?
And my buddy
I liked you, Danny.
my buddy that picked it up it's funny because he could have definitely killed one at 70 yards, 60 yards, but they were calling him in close, and he was missing them at 10 yards because his pattern was the size of a golf ball.
They're harder to shoot close than they are. Like if they're not at 25, 30 yards, it's harder to shoot them. Let's be honest. You got to shoot them in the body at that close.
Yeah. So I mean, that's to me. I like to test myself. I like to be immersed in the whole scenario, and like playing the chess game and winning the chess game, not just throwing a Hail Mary and hoping it sticks.
And full disclosure, my selfish, opinionated Caleb Simon stance of not shooting turkeys from far away is because of my own personal experiences.
There's a tree
I've shot so many turkeys. Like when I was a younger guy,
you can't see that far.
When I was a younger guy, somewhere there's a tree. I don't know where it's at.
There's a tree.
There's a tree somewhere back here.
Caleb shot a tree.
That one wasn't far though. That one was close.
It was like 5 yards.
But what I'm saying is there has been times as a younger man with my 9-pound, 3.5-inch Remington 870 where I thought I could shoot 60 yards of turkeys, and I've tried that, and it never went well.
I've done it. I missed, obviously.
It never went well. Yeah. It's bad. So I've learned from my mistakes, and that's why I have a hard line stance of what I want to do.
Sure.
So me and you are both West Virginia hunting hillbillies. We can just take the 338 Lapua down there and shoot them. Seriously, in West Virginia, you can shoot them with a rifle. So you can I could take a rifle down there, shoot holler to holler at turkeys.
I am very confident that I have family members that have done that many times.
Well, Grandpa Gene, somewhere up there, Gore's grandpa's on the wall. Gene Gore, the founder of the Gore camp, he did it once because they said you could. So all right. So I think he took a 30-06, and he shot one like 100 and some yards. He said he got up to that thing, and it was like when you drop a watermelon on the concrete. He said the whole thing was just jello. Like every bone was shattered, and he's like, "What the hell?" Threw it in a ditch somewhere and tagged it and was done. They couldn't even eat it because it just destroyed it.
Oh yeah,
killed a turkey though.
Why don't you ever see videos of that, like YouTube videos of that?
Because it's so
People
gay.
Probably, yeah.
Because it's that gay.
It's that
Nobody
gay.
wants to watch that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. Like, I've never
seen that.
I've never seen like a video of that.
Nobody wants to see that.
Sniping a turkey.
They are getting rid of fall turkey hunting with archery equipment in Ohio.
Are they?
What?
Yep. You can still fall turkey hunt, but only with a gun.
But why?
Because the
corn pile killer?
Yes, because the DNR and the lawmakers were fully aware that 90% of the turkeys that were killed in Ohio in the fall were being killed over corn piles, which is highly illegal.
Yeah.
In the state of Ohio.
Well, then I condone it.
Yeah, I have. The story's been told. I hunted turkeys. I hunted a turkey one time with a shotgun in the fall because I was going after the white turkey. And this buck stepped out at 20 yards in October, and I had a shotgun.
Oh, man.
That buck right there stepped out at 20 yards. He was bedded. He stood up. Stood up. I'm holding my Remington 870.
Shit.
And I'm looking at this buck in October like, God damn it.
For everyone that can't
and
see,
I didn't see
that's 160-inch deer.
166. I didn't see the white turkey that day, and then someone else killed him that spring. Yeah. We have not seen the white turkeys here. A little update. I know we talked about a few weeks ago. We had the white hens. Old Smokey's been gone, so I don't know what's up with that, unfortunately. I would shoot Old Smokey. She's a bearded hen. I would have shot her probably if I seen her.
I'll shoot her if I see her.
I don't think they can reproduce.
Boo.
Never seen them with poults.
You don't know that.
No one's ever seen them with poults.
Your one camera hasn't seen them with poults. Damn, she must not reproduce.
Boo.
Well, technically, like any color-based turkey like that is going to be genetically inferior.
So
you don't want them to reproduce.
I've been watching that wild turkey DNA. It shows whether
get those guys on. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I'll try and get them on for sure. There's these guys that have started doing studies on color-phased turkeys. You can send in the tongue. Madison told me this. You send in the tongue of the turkey, and they can tell whether it's like heritage got heritage blood, so farm-raised turkey blood in it, and how much farm-raised turkey blood. So a lot of the turkeys that you see that are like smoky or like crazy colors or brown, like crazy white and brown, they have a high percentage of heritage of breed in them. But turkeys that have white wing feathers or pure white, I'm talking pure white turkeys with a red head, they're 100% wild. So there are the albino turkey, and then there are like piebald turkeys. But the ones that are smoky are usually everything I've seen is shown that they have some type of heritage.
So we have
breed
a
in them.
smoky turkey around us, right?
We did. She's been
Did.
gone.
So like she's with there's pictures of her with 10 other turkeys.
Yeah.
Are all of those turkeys carrying that heritage?
I don't know. I think
what I mean?
maybe she might be the result of a breeding with a heritage breed.
Could you
with
send
a
in
wild?
like a tongue from a does it cost money?
I'm sure it costs a little bit. You got to send it.
Right. Like could you just take
You
your
could.
turkey,
I'm sure you could. Yeah. You
like
could,
your regular turkey looks normal.
Yeah.
Send it and see what it says.
Yeah. I'm sure they can.
You know what I mean? And just see what's up with it.
Like what I've noticed by looking at their Instagram pages, like I said, the ones that have white. So I got to take that back. White or black or sometimes brown wing feathers. So the birds that have their flight feathers different color are normally wild, like 100% wild.
Yeah.
But like you said, you see those Narragansett looking birds like white and black or smoky or like brown and white. Those birds, they're not wild usually. They're not. They're partially wild. They're not. They never come back 100% heritage. They have partially wild.
I wonder how long that goes back. If last spring, it was bred, or the great grandfather was heritage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't.
I'm just so curious.
They're starting to track that more just because
Which is
people are
cool.
curious. But the full white ones, if you see an all white turkey in the wild, good chance it's wild. I've seen those. We had one around here many years ago. Fuck you for not letting me kill him. But yeah. Anything else? We hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, we did. It was a good one.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, guys, if it's legal, it's fine. We are going to voice our opinions. Boo, shooting jakes.
Listen,
but
at the end of the day, if it's legal,
we're still on
fine,
the same team. We're hunters.
Unless you bitch that there's no gobblers and you're shooting Jake.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a difference there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's on you then.
Gotta be realistic
But
about it.
if you want to shoot turkey, shoot turkey.
Yeah.
I mean,
There is this big stigma of who cares, it's just a turkey from a lot of deer hunters. But guys like us do care.
yeah.
We do care that the turkey's there.
Oh, yeah.
And we want them to thrive.
One thing I got left, I want to say, what's up with the people not shooting 2.5-year-old birds? I've seen some stuff about that. They're not shooting gobblers because they don't think they're old enough. How do you know?
You don't.
Yeah,
You simply do not. People have always made it, like we talked about. They make this assumption that flock of 3 birds that's together and they all have 1-inch spurs and 10-inch beards. Those got to be 2-year-olds. But research has shown that that's not always the case. Now, can you tell if a bird's an older, wiser bird? Of course. There are times when you're in the woods and 3 or 4 gobblers are together doing stupid things, and there's a bird that stays in the timber and watches you and then walks the other way. Pretty sure that bird has seen some shit. You know what I mean? But we don't really know. There's just no way of knowing. It'd be cool if they could come up with a way for us to age these turkeys. Because I would, whatever it was, I would send them in.
I tell you, because you saying that right now just blows my mind. I have not seen that yet with the whole.
You get on Facebook more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's people that
I try not.
Yeah,
to.
stop fishing so much.
I try not to, but no, it's I don't know. I'll tell you point blank. I have never had a turkey come in and been and trying to look at his spurs,
Yeah.
Never.
If he has a full fan and a beard longer than 5 inches, I'm going to be interested and I'm going to watch and I'll decide based off of that. But I mean, I'm not knocking anybody who has, but I have never shot a Jake and I have not seen a Jake in 7 years.
It's weird that you don't see Jakes down there.
It is weird.
But that means that might be a spot where they get kicked out. The birds have their areas. The birds are dominant here and there.
I've heard of what you described, the gangs of Jakes beating up on gobblers, and I've heard that.
We had today on trail camera, there was a group of Jakes just pestering this gobbler all day long. Mm-hmm. We got him on camera 6:30, and then again at 9 in a different spot, and then they were just pestering him. Some bitch is just trying to strut and get laid, and those Jakes are fucking with him. He didn't get jizzed on by the other gobblers like your decoy did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the bird I killed was the boss on the block because that was nasty. That was nasty. But
human consistency and all.
It was foamy, bro. It was weird. It was really weird.
He had a bubbler on this tip.
It was really weird.
Aerator.
Yeah.
I've not yet encountered the jizz on the decoy.
I've never had a decoy jizzed on. Of course, I don't know decoys. I guess that's my fault. But maybe I should go pull those decoys out of the woods here soon.
Check them. Check
Maybe they are. Yeah,
black light them.
Maybe they got some foamy jizz on them. I don't know.
Yeah, that was not what I wanted to walk up on. But no, that's you got to watch with decoys because they say that some toms are really weary about coming in because they've had their ass kicked by a group of jakes before. So I try to keep it as passive as I can. But
that's why I love the run and gun, like just using calls in the timber method. Because if you just strike that gobbler's curiosity just enough, they'll come in strutting and they'll come in to within 30 yards to look for you, even if they can't see you.
I know.
They'll come in and look, and I love doing that.
It was cool when I was mushroom hunting. I called in those too. I was no camo, no nothing. I'm behind a tree, just like got my phone out like this. Like, a bird come in.
I'll put some of that in the intro for this video.
Yeah,
because you sent it to me. I'll get that in the intro of the video. You'll see Danny's mushroom hunting gobblers.
It was cool though. It was cool. I think next year I'm going to make it a point to just kind of switch up gears. Unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately. That was so horrible. Fortunately, but unfortunately, I tagged out the first time and I didn't get a chance to hunt that timber. But I think next year I'm gonna switch it up.
Cool.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else?
I don't think so.
We went plenty long. Don't tell our wives, an hour 20.
Yeah.
Well, Deer Shot Podcast, episode 138. Thanks for listening. I don't know what we have coming up in the next couple weeks. We'll come up with something.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Cool.
We're out.
We're out.
Out.
Peace.
Peace.